Hi everyone, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back and I'm really dry. After all this sunny day. It's been a lot. But yeah, well, I'm back. This is gonna be a real calm and slow stream, since I seriously don't want to overstress myself. I don't want to... There you go. If you listen echo, I'm sorry, I have no headphones. You know how it feels. It's just a little bit awful. But yeah, we're here. Hello! Hello, Ulexite. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. I'm seriously tired, so there is not so much to talk about. Maybe I can just tell you a little bit about my day, but I'm just dehydrated. So I have my water here and all that stuff, but my mind is just in slow motion. It's like I'm just drawing. So basically I went out just with myself. I took myself on kind of a date. If that ever exists, because I always have been alone, so it's not weird. But yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my day. I'm just saying a little bit because of course I cannot really explain to you where I was or how it was, but I can give you a little bit of information about the places because, you know, they're popular here. So where do we start? I woke up really early. I think that's the one problem. I woke up at 5:30 o'clock. Yes, real early. I am not used to that anymore. I'm not longer that type of student. I'm the student that just does the work whenever I have the time, kind of thing. It's not that organized. I'm so sorry to myself because That really is... Ugh, it's a mess. I should be more organized in that regard. I will try to fix it, but I will not wake up as early as just 5 a.m. because, you know, my job really requires me to sleep like at 1 a.m. so it's no use. But yeah, the thing is, I woke up really early. I went to... Well, I started my routine, I took a shower, I did my skincare kind of thing, which is just hydrate with cream and some sunscreen, some cream, whatever, that kind of thing. And well, that was just quite the basic. What else do we have? So that was the basic, of course. I want to check out this. There you go. It was in the wrong place. So the thing is, I was doing all of that really early. I was so hyped up. I was just with music all my party kind of thing. And then I started to have that sleepiness of my body at 8 a.m. It took me just 3 hours to just fall asleep. I didn't fall asleep though, I just feel sleepy. So I decided to just go and start just walking and all that stuff because it's a really long travel to go to the city. I wish I could be a little bit closer, but oh dear, it is expensive. Not only expensive, but ridiculously expensive. Really is a shame. But yeah, it's just like that. I did enjoy so much going in the what we call metrobus, which is literally that. It's just a metro and a bus at the same time. It was really fun because I took the wrong station by mistake. The wrong direction in this case. I was going to the north and not to the south. So I had to change it. I just saw the actual stations that I was going and I was like, nah, this is not the right one. Goodbye. I just changed the direction. But that literally made me be there at the Metrobus just for like 30 minutes. So yeah. Well, that was really fun. I think I always enjoy being in buses and just watching the outside. It's just so cool. I really enjoy that. I love that so much. The lighting was fine. The sun, although it was really hot, it wasn't really killable. It was just warm, but normal warm. Now it did started to hit when it started to rain, but that's later, of course. Then what happened? Well, I eventually just raced to the place I wanted to visit, which is a really huge, like, what do you call this? Commercial central kind of thing, I don't know. The thing is, it was fun because, you know, it was a place that I already knew from a while ago. But, it was so weird because it was so many kids because of, you know, the Kids Day thing, which I don't even know when it is. Don't even remember that anymore. By the way, oh my gosh, cool. I thought it was a Studio Ghibli. For some reason I was like, is that Studio Ghibli? How to know that I don't play Zelda. But yeah, so basically I did that. I was looking to all the stores, all the places. No, literally just from the outside. And I was like, being honest with you, I just need to do exercise, so the clothes that I have now, it would fit in me. I don't need to buy more. Why? Because sadly but true, I'm gonna give you this advice. When people or familiars really, what is this called? Like, they pressure you about your weight and your figure and taking care of your health, it's because nothing will fit you when you grow up and you will get easily tired with time. Like, it really has a lot of really bad consequences. So now I understand, and I'll be honest, it has no use to overbuy clothes if they're not gonna even fit. Even though you make them fit, it's gonna be uncomfortable. You will have to force to to make them fit, and that's really a no. So I recommend you just train. That would be better, or just stay fit and real lean, because that's the only way that everything will fit you. In my case, it's like just a few clothes really fits me, and just because I'm gaining weight once again because of the whole freaking like tasty food I have eaten. So yeah, it's quite my fault, but I enjoyed it, which is fine. I always have my chapters where I take care of myself and then I don't. So yeah, it's ups and downs. Now, the thing about the food, well, I didn't know where to go to eat. I literally just run to the bathroom and then just went out thinking, what am I supposed to eat? I don't even know. I may have hunger, but the most thing I have is just, I'm real thirsty. And I should have actually asked for a glass of water because the lemonade that I ordered didn't help at all. It actually made it worse. It made my throat a little bit drier, and with a cappuccino it's even worse. It dehydrated me, so oh my, I really needed water. But I did eat my avocado toast, which, by the way, I don't know what with that restaurant, but they have no clear definition about sizes, and they made this giant slice of bread believing that is a normal toast. Or the normal size of a toast, and that's okay, that's fair, because there's so many types of sandwiches and stuff like that. But these ones were huge, and I was like, oh my. This almost looks like chilaquiles, which is basically, you know, tortilla. and sauce and chicken and cheese. Which is a huge thing, by the way, it's a really strong and huge thing, but we eat it as a lunch, even though it is big. I know, we're crazy, but it really satisfies your appetite for the rest of your day, so I think that's better than nothing. Now the healthiest way is just portion it and make tiny pieces of it, or leave that type of dish for the evening or something like that, but you know, we don't know about that in Mexico. We just eat, and we enjoy eating. That is the rule. It's just a cultural thing. Now, what else did I do? I was checking out some books. I did buy myself a book that I was like, I don't think it's worth the price because it's so tiny, and I'm so aware that this is just a collection of sketches. But I find something really interesting. If you remember Quetzalcoatl, which is the giant's like feather serpent that I drew the other day, well, you have the speed paint there in my channel, and well, that is a god from my culture, and that's one of my favorites ones, to be honest. I found him from this book, which is titled like The History of Dragons from Disney. And I looked at it and I was like, what are you doing here, man? I literally looked at the book and it's there. I'm gonna take a photo later. But yeah, this guy is there. So someone in the Disney studio was like rather Mexican or an enthusiast for our culture, and they literally drew him so loyal to the story, which is a more like specific like body type with full of feathers and stuff, and they even made like a more like this like a specific construction. So yeah, I'm gonna take a photo later and show it to you in my stories. But the thing is, I got surprised because I was like, what are you doing here? I didn't expect him to be there, right? And it's one of the most famous gods because it's a snake. That's all. It's like, it's an old dragon, but it's a snake, you know, kind of thing. which is really funny. By the way, the original Quetzalcoatl doesn't have wings. He's just a feather snake with no wings. He just floats. The wings are just a religious representation, but he has no wings. There's some of representations in history, or by fans from the recent times, yeah, that they gave him wings because of the feathers and stuff, but he doesn't have wings itself. He's just a snake with feathers. That's all. With really vibrant green and other like really saturated colors. That is basically him. And I try my best to combine like this. I don't know how to say that word. I'm sorry. Let me check out your messages first. I've been dealing with a lot of school projects, so I've been really tired recently as well. Oh, what book was it? That's pretty neat. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna show you. It's a really old book, by the way. I didn't even notice that. I'm not a huge fan though of like looking at books, and I'm not such a crazy one for that. But I saw that and I was like, wait a minute, does this even exist? It was so specific. It's like, if there could only be a book about dragons. Literally, it's just a history of dragons. There are just a bunch of illustrations, sketches, and concept arts from different dragons, or all the dragons at that time of Disney. And I still can't believe, like, why is he doing there? And it's so specific. Even the style is so traditional. So it's not Disney-wise, or it was, like, shocking. I saw that and I was like, wow. That's my favorite one so far. Because I also doubted myself if I could be able to make it as traditional, just like, you know, like this books, or well, what the story really tells, which is like a real geometrical figure. So yeah. What our culture has is that they use a lot of squares and triangles, but really sharp figures that represents the sun and the nature itself. So it's really normal to see the feather snake twice with a lot of squares and not really that pointy like I do. But you know, it's my style, so don't worry about that. Maybe in the future I would love to change him once again, because he's so colorful and so complicated to animate, so maybe. But the thing is, it will also be challenging because it's not a simple god. In any case, yeah, well, I will just share it later on my stories, that book. By the way, it was so so surprising when I opened it, because I was there's a Starbucks. I just sit it down and I'm sorry. I just sat down. I think it's the right word. And I touched it, and it has like this soft texture in the spine, which was really surprising. Now, gonna be honest, it's really creepy because they always represent dragons as the villains, at least all the time, and when they are not villains, they're so chubby and stupid. Literally, they're so silly and they're so goofy. But yeah, it's really dark. Like the final shots and illustrations, I couldn't even open the pages because it was so almost surrealistic, I think it's the word, because it's so specific, so detailed. The teeth, the veins, I think it was really creepy. Compared to what Disney gives us now, it's so weird. But yeah, Disney was actually a little bit darker back at that time, which I really love, but also, yeah, it's disturbing for the kids. I wouldn't be surprised that some of you really got the scare from the Dragon of Beauty and the... no, sorry. The Sleeping Beauty, I think it's the one. Yeah. It was so crazy. But yeah, that's what I saw. I did see, like, I did like catch some books by sight of Studio Ghibli, but sadly it was like a lot of old films like Porco Rosso, Nausicaa, or this ones, The Castle in the Sky, all of those that I don't really mind at all. The only one I really like, and I am so grateful that I have it now, is Princess Mononoke, and all the things you see from YouTube or the actual like summaries are real. I already read that, and it's so funny also to see that Hayao Miyazaki just organizes his life just like I do. It's so weird, but it's so true. Like, all the specifications of timing for the soundtracks and effects, it's literally a list of information that they make, or they used to make. So yeah, if you have no idea how to organize a project, just gonna tell you, your lists are gonna be your best friends, and just trust the process. I would recommend you for my tiny little artist that wants to open maps. If you don't know already, but please make a list of that has like then all the details, YouTube channels, names of Discord, anything, like all these little details that you would just check out in the list and be like, okay, yes, this is this person and this is their socials and all that stuff. Why? Because you will need them later, and it's so tiring to go and search at the last time when you're editing the video. Like, make your priority once you're organizing and really taking some participants. Organize their whole details, such as name that they have to be credited with, the channel, the Discord tag, and the map part, and the status if it has a weep, or if it needs to be updated, or if it is finished, and where it is the video so you can link it. I know, it's crazy, but you need all of that to complete a project, especially in YouTube, of course. And it's even the same in any short film, even if it is like, kind of like, what's this called? Like a school project, it's also the same. You have to credit them at the end of the video. So yeah, that's my recommendation. You can do that, and it will be so easier later on. Now, when a participant drops out, you just erase everything. And you leave that part free so it can be edited afterwards. Now, is it good to make tight deadlines? It depends on the project. If it is a project that is meant to be short and done by a certain date, I recommend you making it short to the actual project itself. Don't make 5 minutes, make 3. Don't make 10 minutes like music video. And your entire life, don't do that. I do have the stupid necessity to do that, but it's just my own ambition. But from ambition to actually making it, there's like a huge difference. So yeah, make projects that can be done, not projects that can be lost. So yeah, that's my honest recommendations. Now let me read you Ulexide. That's pretty neat. What would you say was, oh my gosh, was your favorite dragon from the book? Of course it was Quetzalcoatl, but it's not a dragon, it's a serpent. I think that, and obviously the one from Beauty and the Beast. No, what is Beauty and the Beast? No, from the Sleeping Beauty. I'm sorry, I don't know how you say that in English. That's why I get back to that name. But yeah, that one, the big Maleficent. I really love her so much. Oh, the dragon is... It was my favorite. I literally also have a plushie in my childhood home, if I can call it like that. I have that. I have the plushie of a tiny dragoness from Disney from back at that time when Walmart started to sell those stuff. I also have a Remy from Ratatouille. And all these little plushies. Well, that's why I love plushies, because since I was really young, it was my first ever present, and it was like having a stuffed animal all the time, with no need to have the animal itself. It's just my favorite thing. If anyone has the idea to buy me, like, I don't know, a Hydro Dragon plushie from Genshin Impact, you know, Nouvellette, or this Zhongli, I am happy with that. I'm totally happy with that. I love so much. I love dragons. I'm so obsessed with dragons. Also Toothless, like a pajama suit, that would be the best. I'm such a child. I'm such a little kid with this kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm so happy. I just really love that. I love stuffed animals a lot. I literally have a teddy bear that I need to wash now because it's so dirty now. But I always hug him because it's a distressful kind of plushie I have. I know, how crazy. What a 20-year-old and plus needs a stuffed animal for. Stress. But it's so cute. I actually also have this cat that it's so huge. I really like her, but yes, I named her because she looks like one of my cats. But it's a female cat and also looks like Maple Shade. Because it has those little spots. So yeah. Funny enough, I did give in names and all that shit. When I was younger, I was like, the bear is gonna be called Melon. Just like this actual melons. And the other one will be called Maple because it has a little spot that looks like a maple leaf. So yeah, they're called Maple and Melon. It's so sweet. I choose names based on the first thing I think about. So it's so weird that I have something normal or some normal names for someone. Or some stuff. It's so hard. But the thing is, yeah, I love stuffed animals and plushies especially. I always wanted, also when I was younger, when I was at high school I believe, I always wanted to buy Pushing, which is this little sticker from Facebook. And well, I never really bought it, but I have a lot of notebooks with that cat. It's so funny though, because you see me all dark and all this black kiss, like punkish artist, but my notebooks are so cute. Literally, I have so many pinkish things that I don't show off because, you know, it's not necessary. But yeah, it's just so weird. I have some pinky stuff. I don't really like them per se. In any case, I would always just choose black or golden even, or plate. But the thing is, who started all of this was my mother. She started to obviously give me all that, and I was like, you know, it's cute, but when it starts to be not my thing, it's a little bit overwhelming. It's like, oh, so you like pink? No, I don't, but it's too rude to get back a gift. So it's not out of my conviction, it's just I accept the gift and, you know, I value that. By just telling you that I still have some like little figures that a friend of mine just gave me back at high school, and he's still my friend now. I still have them. I don't know where, but I think it's in a box of memory stuff. And I don't want to really like throw it to the trash or anything. I really want to keep them safe. The only few gifts that I actually disposed or, you know, like eliminate or anything, those were from people I didn't even like to be with. Because it was so disturbing. It was like I don't want to know about them anymore. So yeah, I just keep the good things for me, and the rest is just like, meh, trash. Like, I'm sorry, but seriously, I hate to really keep stuff. I'm really minimalist, by the way. I think the only spot of my life where it's not minimalistic is my collections of mocks. I really love mocks. I love to drink rather coffee, tea, or anything in between. It's just my obsession. Because simple water is a little bit too much for me. But yeah. Anyways, let me get back to you. I have quite a lot of plushies tucked away somewhere. My favorite plushie though is this little blue cobalt named Ricky. Ricky! He has massive gremlin energy and he's wonderful to cuddle with. Yeah, man, there's a specific plushie that you just use for cuddling, and it's so... it's like, with you, I can do whatever I want. Like, you give me that inner peace I need right now. Which is so cute. I really love it so much too. I'll be honest, I never really thought I would be so obsessed over a plushie until I had this giant bear. I was like, yeah, you know what, I like this. I like this one. It just fits with me so well. The bad thing though is that I squish my cat when she goes undercover, like, you know, under the blanket, I think it's called. So it's like, I'm sorry, little cheeky, I can't have the giant plushie and you at the same time. I'm gonna squish you. But yeah, she eventually understands and she goes on the actual plushie, so that's a little bit better. She uses them as beds for the little and tiny that she is. She uses the plushies and pillows obviously as beds. And she has no bed, by the way. I mean, they have this bed that has a bunch of fur and they don't like it. They feel a little bit weird about it. I'm like, I wasted, what is this, like, $150 for this? But yeah, I did. I think I'm gonna give it to the dogs. Hopefully they like it. And eventually it will just be thrown to the trash. Because, you know, it gets dirty, it gets difficult to wash, it's a lot of waste of stuff. I'll be honest with you, don't buy your animals this, like literally furry, or this messy furry beds. If it is simple enough, just leave it like that, please. Cool, this king is already done, I believe. Just like, just gonna give those little, I think they are freckles. There you go. So yeah, after all of this, well, I saw this book, it was so good. I wanted to see if they had How to Train Your Dragon, the art books, but they literally told me that they were just, you know, like they have it, but they were gone. They was sold out, and I was like, what? Are there people that actually likes this? In my times, nobody cared the hell about this. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I think time is going so fast now that I just don't recognize that the world is different now. I don't know you, but in the place that I am in, there's still people that would really hurt you for really stupid reasons. So that's why I keep myself quite private as much as I can here, but yeah. It's dangerous enough. And I'm not saying Mexico, like all of Mexico is like this. I'm just saying certain parts are so traditional and so stupid. And I would say really brute, but in the bad way, because you can be like, you know, primal and some stuff and just live with the flow, I suppose. That's okay. But these guys are just really different. You know the story. I mean, if they ever just talk really ill about my town where I live in. You know why. I think I've talked too much about this shit. And you know how they are. But yeah, man, when I go out and I go to this certain Mexico City, it's like living in the United States. It's just the same. There is no difference. Even my stepbrother just told me that, and I was like, right? I just think it could be the same. And he's like, no, it's actually just the same. The only difference is the language, but we have like a bunch of Mexican people there. Nowadays, with the things that are going on recently, maybe not, but you know the thing, it's just not such a big of a difference. So yeah. What else? We just stepped with the books. There was no more books that I was interested in. I'm not a like big Marvel fan. I'm sorry. If anything, I am a, well, maybe a Marvel could be. I'm a Spider-Man fan. That's the thing. I only love Spider-Man and Venom because it's, you know, the dark version of Spider-Man. Just like Shadow is just the dark version of Sonic. Just like Scaramouche is the dark version. I'm just kidding. But the thing is, yeah, I just like dark versions. It's so funny though because I'm literally creating this story that is called Darken. The dark version of everything. Well, anyways, getting back to the theme. Well, I went out. It was really freaking warm. It was so hot there. I ended up changing my clothes with a lighter sweater that I had. Because I always keep myself with one t-shirt and a real lighty sweater. Just in case it rains or if it gets warm or not warm enough. So yeah, I do that. Just in case, just in case. What else do we have here? Okay. And I changed. I refreshed myself and I get ready to the next step, which was this reserved Starbucks that has this fancy thermos. I think it's the same name in English. Which I saw them and I was like, did I really spend now like $200 or something like that? Just for this? I mean, yeah, they're cool and beautiful, but I don't see the use. I just, you know. I think for anyone that wants to consume from Starbucks, I recommend you going to the reserved one and buy you the good quality ones because those are really worth it. They're really strong and they're really nice. And don't ever buy any other one with like this these giant ones that they sell, because you will start doing it and you will not stop. There's always new designs, new images, and it's not worth it. I recommend you something that is neutral and can be used with anything, because the ones that has this little, I don't know what it's called, like, you know, that looks like an actual bottle, they don't fit anywhere. They're really spacious. They're like, they're so big, they don't fit anywhere. So yeah, I don't recommend you doing that. I'm just telling you by experience. If it would be for me, the thing I would recommend in my past one is just buy one of those from the reserved Starbucks that really closes real tight and really good. It's like a water bottle. It's really nice, to be honest. It really works. It has good quality and all that stuff. And buy yourself the tiny basic plastic one so you can drink any type of drink there, like the hot ones too. And that's all. Don't buy anything else. Okay? Don't. It's no need. I will actually sell the ones that I bought because, you know, there is no use. They just really occupy a lot of space. Very well. Now we go with the big boy. with the big man, with the big god. You might believe this is Sacro, but no. By the way, the nickname of Quetzalcoatl is Sacro because nobody knew how to pronounce his name, as always. And I had the brilliant idea to call him one of the sacrilegious gods, so for sure this like Sacro. It's just a joke. But he's also the youngest of gods from my culture. So yeah, it's funny. Famous and really young. Let me see. Yeah, I'd say it's currently not safe to come to the United States. It's really scary at the moment, especially for anyone who isn't a citizen. Well, even for people who are citizens. I prefer metal water bottles. Ah, there you go. Less risk of degrading, and they are easy to wash. Yes, exactly, man. Yeah, the plastic ones are really dirty. I'm gonna be honest, plastic is not really good for hygiene. It's the worst, actually. Plastic is only useful for buying your products and just throw it to the recycle place, preferably. Now, if you don't have it, I'm sorry, but throw it to the trash. But yeah, at this point, I think there's so many places you can just recycle them and just throw it to those places, basically. Or give it to a specific, like, certain area that can do that and just recycle the plastics, because sometimes it's just only that, plastic. They have no paper or anything, or they're separate from the actual paper that they use to package them. I need water. If I start my tongue twisting thing, it's because my tongue is dry. So yeah, that's the thing. If I don't tongue twist in streams, that's not me. Don't trust her. If you ever if you ever see Helen without tongue twisting, that's not me. What else happened? So yeah, that was Starbucks. I'm so scared too with the... Well, we're gonna talk about first about the United States of America. If you're saying that yourself, that you live there, Jesus Christ, I am so grateful that they denied my visa, because I was like, I think this is not bad. I had this feeling in my gut that I will hate to go there. And it's nothing wrong, but seriously, things are not going that well now. So, and who knows what type of war they're starting to make between countries. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be near there when that happens. Neither in the Europe place. I just can't. This is gonna start with a Cold War, and I just can't. I just can't. That's why, if you haven't seen my stories, but there is a question I answered that is like, are you interested in politics stuff? Hell no, I just put it there, and it's true, I hate it. Not only is it stressful, but the truth is you cannot do anything about it. Even though if you're a citizen and you have a life and you have your values and you have the right to give your opinion, and obviously not vote for those people, by the way, for that kind of people. Well, it's not as easy as it looks like. There's a lot of interest in between, and it's only for money, so it's a sad truth. If anything, I would have to be honest, the future of good animation and good stories it's just indie projects or indie studios. There's no other way. Because if you always put money in the middle of any project, the truth is you will not ever get it. I know when it comes with some certain price there, it will get a certain level of quality, and that's okay. I understand, and you have to be paid as an artist, yes. But it's so it's so sad to see that it's so hard to get people to pay us as artists and also maintain a team and a project itself. It's just a bunch of stuff. And also, well, people nowadays are not in the time or in the possibility to pay anyone or anything more than their needs. So yeah, it's a little bit rough. I mean, I'm grateful that I can just save as much and just go once in a time and just enjoy what I like to eat, but the truth is I'm doing this because probably in the future I won't be able to. I live with the fear of so many things and insecurities itself from the place I live in. So yeah, be grateful if your country is not like this one, because you have no idea. It's like a tiny silent war between us, which is crazy, but it's so true. Remember when I used to say that Mexicans are the only enemies of Mexicans? Yeah. We have this stupid but real thing that we have full envy towards everybody, but especially towards our people. And that's something nobody really tells you, but the sad truth about Mexico is that the only thing that it stops us is ourselves. I know, crazy. But yeah, that is pretty much the thing. The only problem of this kind of stuff. And I wouldn't really understand how did that even started, but I think that's the only bad thing about Mexico. Because yes, we can give all the love and warmth to the world, but it's because we don't want to give it to ourselves. And that's normal. Like, it's better to overwork yourself and have more money than actually take a break. That's like a no-no. That's why we have so much in common with Japan and China that we don't really see the difference between us. And we have like a bunch of really like good relationships with them, I would say. And I have nothing against them, but I would really recommend a little bit of break, a little bit of rest. At least one day a week, it's perfect to just recover from your job. That's really perfect. But, you know, it's so crazy. Although I will just continue speaking and just, you know, talking and giving opinions about the world. Truth is, at the end of the day, I really acknowledge that there's no difference between us. More than the politics and legal stuff that you have. Like, there's just that. There's some actual country that has more freedom or a different education, but the worries are the same. The stress are just the same. Like opinions about your parents or problems between, you know, parenting and all that stuff. It's a lot of just a basic thing because we're human. We just share the same basic system kind of thing, like biological system. But, you know, the ideals and beliefs are different. That's the only thing that gets different in the way. That's why I just really don't give a damn about when I am in a relationship, for example. I don't give a damn about the physique as much. Sometimes I even fall in love with people that you would never really recognize my likes with. Like, you would see them and it's like, why would you fall in love with that? And I'm like, shut up. Because I've seen you really dating the worst of all. And I don't say anything. And I'm like, you only see the physique. I see the potential. Now, if that doesn't work, then that's okay. It's better to let it go. It's been just a few times that I'm just like, maybe I did get attracted to the body, but oof, they're so rare. Like a couple of them probably when I was younger. Like some 5 years ago probably. When I was a little teenager. But yeah, I think I value so much the type of person that they are, and that's fair, at least for me. Because it's so freaking boring to go with the basic of, oh, this wealthy man that doesn't know what to talk about more than sex. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I just don't buy that. Fuck you, by the way. Just saying that out loud, I just really can't with that. I know it's a really good help for the economy, but I already lived partially what that means when I was younger. I don't want to live it again. I prefer to have a basic payment and not depend from someone. So I can just, you know, pay the basics. But yeah, I just hate it. I really don't like to go through that. And funny enough, I think this could be like a really traditional thing or way to think. But there's still people here in the world that thinks that that's the only way to succeed in life. Having a family and all the basic shit, but now it's not enough. Nothing is enough. In any case, it's better to live as safe as possible, sadly. So yeah. At least that's how things are going. And how I just discover those little details. But yeah, how lovely. Now, I really went real deep into all of this situation about cultures and stuff because when I was at the Starbucks, I made my order and I was talking to this woman. I wanted to say girl, but you know, she's not that young. So I was talking to her and I was like, yeah, I just want this, like an affogato. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, but we don't have ice cream. And I'm like, nah, don't worry about it. But she was like, so hurry up, like, but we can't like change it and all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, if you can do that, that's okay. Don't worry about me. I literally am so soft with people in service because I work at that. I work at the kitchen, I work at the drinks and stuff, I work at everything, even organizing and all that stuff. It's just at the same time. So I know perfectly, I've been there for 5 years, the type of stress they go with. So yeah, it's like, don't worry, girl. But she was so stressed. It was like, maybe my face was not friendly, but when I started to smile at her, she was so relieved. She was like, she turned it from worried to, oh my gosh, you understand me. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know, but maybe my smile tells everything. Just says everything. So yeah, I was like, you know, don't worry. Please breathe, at least. Obviously she was in her position of, you know, like customer service, and she was really kind, and at that point it was fine. I was like, yeah, don't worry about it, you can do that and I'll be okay with it. I went to sit down in the most far away place in the corner of all the building, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's okay, that's a good spot to be in. I felt uncomfortable and I was like, no, you know what, we're gonna change it. I found a better chair in the front part of the actual island of the kitchen, and I was like, okay, this is safe. I mean, it's close to here, so I can listen my order and not lose my mind, like in searching or overhearing, or you know, because I was listening to music, I had my headphones on, and then I heard my order, I think it was, from far away. I was like, yeah, I need to get back to the front. So I just order my stuff and all that thing. I look at the this like cup that they put your name and all that beautiful thing, and oh my dear, it was, I felt so happy because it was like, or I said my name correctly, or they just overthought about it. It was like, oh my gosh, this is the first time someone just writes it down, Helen with double L and H. That is so good. I've heard and I've been in that situation where they write it down like Helen with X, with a J, with a G, and I'm like, okay, cool. That's a good joke. I already am used to that, but it's like, how is it gonna be this time? But it was so cool because I think one of my personas are called like that. I think so, I'm not sure. So, yeah, it was really cool. Well, I sat down a little bit later. There's this girl once again. I will call her girl. Just telling me, so worried. You see, like, the bread is gonna take a little bit because, you know, it's fresh and all that stuff, and, is it okay though? And I'm like, yeah, I already told you, it's like, it's fine. And I had to be honest with her. I had to really be clear and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna tell her, take your time, there is no worry. There is no hurry for this. Yeah, it's okay. And she was like, I think I just touched a nerve of this woman. She was so shocked. She was like, what? What did you say? And I'm like, yeah, I just broke the ice between you and me because, you know, I don't really like the customer service dialogue of, yeah, we worry too much about you kind of shit. It's like, meh, I know what you do and it's your job, but be human, please. Be a little bit human. You are not just a machine that tells that over and over again. So just take it easy, please. Do your job and do it calmly. I know how stressful this is. And especially in these places that they think they are just the most specific, special princess of the world. Because it's like a really kind of high quality place. And I'm like, whatever. It's so funny, to say the least, that they just sell the imagine of stuff when you can do it thousands better at your home. So, yeah. I'm only there for just having fun and just visiting places, but I no longer see high quality stuff as the only quality that there exists. So, yeah. That is quite, I believe, fair, if that makes any sense. But yeah, it was fine. And then she gave me my croissant. In this case, it was a croissant. I'm not gonna say that. Whatever. I just got it, and it was like the most smiley face I could ever see from her, and I was like, you did a good job. Obviously I gave her a tip because, you know, she did a good job. Now, you might listen to this, but I have a friend of mine that would be so stupidly jealous about it, and I'm like, why are you jealous over someone that is doing their job? But anyways, this is just silly them. But yeah, how funny enough. It was nice. It was a really pleasant time. I also was practicing a lot of anime and this like hands and stuff like that, like anatomy itself. And I think people, I don't know how I was dressed, I don't know why, but people started to treat me like I was someone important. Like literally they were scared to even direct their voice to me. And I'm like, dude, I'm just chilling, relax. First with the customers and now with the people around me, because it was like, oh, you're using this chair? I'm sorry if I took it from you, kind of thing. And I'm like, yeah, it's okay, don't worry. It was so weird. It was so funny. But yeah, it was like, yeah. And then again, there was like another table by my side left, like alone, and there was this man that asked me directly, like, hey, are you using this one? And I'm like, I'm an only person alone, sorry. And I why don't you have logic? Of course I'm not using it. And I said, no, you can use it. with a little bit of signals with hands because I was wearing my headphones and I couldn't listen as clear, but I knew what he was trying to say. But yeah, now this day was like, don't disturb the lady kind of thing, and I'm like, thank you for that treatment, but I'm human too. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and I need water. I'm not a machine neither, so yeah. Maybe because my normal face is quite dry or quite simple itself. But yeah, this might give trypophobia to some of you. I will make it a little bit neat in the darkness. So yeah, that was pretty much it. It was really nice. I would say I'm really grateful for the day. It was really cool, really sweet. But my dear Jesus, I will not ever wake up that early ever again, because it destroys all of my system. Like my clock, it just gets broken. But yeah, let me read if there's anything else. Okay, cool. But yeah, that was it. Now, what did I do afterwards? I've got really crazily tired about this thing, but it was a mess getting back because there was like some closed streets because of some people doing march stuff, but I guess friends, you would understand what this is all about. But yeah, it's quite common for you in Paris, and that's the same in the Mexico City, so yeah, you know the thing. So they block the actual station, and I was like, I need to go to other one, so I took a taxi to this metro station that was free with no idiots blocking the fucking way. Because you would say, oh, they have some really noble cause for the freaking march. No, they don't. They just want, like, what's this called? Free time, or, you know, they want to drop out classes. That's all I think. There is no use. It's just that, okay? I've been there. I came from there, and I know what they're doing. It's so stupid, but at this point it's quite a tradition. It's so stupid. Have I said it is stupid? Because it is. A lot of mess, but after the mess, literally after the rain, there was the rainbow. It actually started to rain, and then I've got the taxi. I went back to this to my university where there is a metro there, metro station, and yeah, well, it was fun. It was calm. It was really cool. And then I went back to my place. There was these children that were annoying all the way back, quite close to where I live, and I'm like, well, not where I live, but, you know, to the final station that I was meant to arrive. And I was like, please stop. At least just behave. I don't want you to, you know. So yeah, it was so tiring. I was like, what are you doing, kids? Please stop with that. But you know, I understood the excitement that they were going with. They were excited to, like, they were talking about games and stuff, and I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I let you be. At least you're not disgusting like all this. You're just excited, you're just happy, and I will not take that back from you. I will not be the kind of sadistic, like, adult that would say, oh, kids, they're the worst. No, because they're kids. They are no, what is this called? They're no adults. So please don't make them behave like ones, because they're not meant to be adults. So yeah, based on those thoughts, I was like, you know what, just be yourself. Now this is a huge spoiler, but there you go, this is the new design of Adir. There you go. You can take screenshots if you want, I don't mind. You can spoil yourself. But yeah, he's a black tiger, based on obviously the title of Darken. He had to be a black tiger. And also because it's easier to animate and color. So, yeah, there we have it. This giant tiger. What else? What else do we have? So yeah, they were nice. At some point I was like, they started to misbehave and that was okay, but then they behaved afterwards, so it was fine. Then it was the time when they needed to, you know, well, it's so weird, but the station, the metro was really full, you know, the space was quite tight between us, and I'm always kind even though I'm messed up in my mind. I have this direct instinct to just be kind. So don't be jealous, my future whatever partner, because I'm kind with everybody. I don't know why people would be jealous in a relationship at this point. What is the use to be jealous? Oh my gosh, you're stupid. Like, I've been with so many jealous people, even friends, and I don't understand. So the thing was that, yeah, I just like opened some space. I went back. Even people just went back because of my move. I was like, oh, sorry, but you know, we have 4 people going out from this tiny square, so move. So yeah, I just woke up like 7 people around me, kind of thing, by just moving my body out of the place. And the mother was like, oh, thank you so much. And I was like, yeah, totally, no worries. So it was so fun because I was like, yes, I hate kids messing around, but you know, I was a kid once and I couldn't mess around. So let them be. Someday they will not ever be able to do that anymore. So yeah. Let them be in the time that they can be stupid. Because they're kids, they don't even know the value and the heaviness of life. And that's okay. They need to grow up as strong with their self-esteem and their practical being. Because afterwards they will just resent. They will have their resentment towards life. Oh, trust me, that's how it works. I would say I did live good, but it was so conditional that it was like, is it okay to even laugh or to even be happy? So yeah, that's really dark past of mine. Someday I will just be more clear about it. I have no shame in sharing. Because at the end of the day, thanks to that, now I'm really kind and really sweet to people. Because I've learned in the tough way somehow. But yeah, it was valuable. No. I think that's okay this way. What else do we have? So yeah, it was nice. At the end of the day, they just behaved. It was fine. I sit down and oh my gosh. I don't know if I just breathed out so strong. Maybe I did because I just felt my body just calm down so like drastically. But the guy by my side, it was like, geez, you're so tired, aren't you? And I'm like, I'm dead. I don't know how I'm still standing, but I'm so fucking tired. So it was so fun though, because it was like, I just lay myself down. It was so stupid. It was so cartoonish funny, I don't know. It was so weird. I'm always comical, by the way. Sometimes it's too comical that you wouldn't believe I'm real. But it's so fun. Now, what happened later? Well, I just arrived here. That's all what happened. Anything else to tell? It was fun. I will have a really good sleep in some hours. In a couple of hours, I'll just I will just rest so calmly right there in my bed with my teddy bear, which is not a teddy bear, but you know. So this looks good so far. There you go. I did find some good books though. I should check out on Amazon, because there is no other place that I can actually get those books. It'll be nice. So yeah, my day was fun. A lot of learning, a lot of realizing that people are actually so traumatized. They're so stressed. And I mean, yeah, but I don't know, but I've found out that the best medicine for your problems is facing them. And stop trying to like ignoring them or trying to make them look less important or anything, because at the end you will have to work on them. So let's make it easier and faster than actually harder and you know, problematic with the pass of time. At the end, that's what you need. So yeah, my honest advice, the easiest like solution to your problems. By the way, for problems of romantic stuff, be honest to your heart. If something is not working, get the hell away from there, please. At the first strike, just don't stay there. Don't even try. Don't try to force anything and just go with the flow. I think in love is the only thing that you can go with the flow and just understand the value of the relationship. Other way, just it won't work. So yeah, that's my only recommendation. Oh my gosh. There you go. I would actually have loved to have an iPad when I was out there, because I was like, I want to draw so badly, and an iPad because the paper is just too rough and I cannot see. I can't see. I have really bad sight, by the way, so drawing in digital helps me, but in natural ways, or you know, at the paper it's so hard without good lighting. And I need like a real straight white light to see that, or even a what is this called, like a light table kind of thing for animations and stuff like that. I really need that because I cannot see. What else do we have in the list of things that happened and I've learned? Well, maybe I will get the visa, maybe not. I don't really care as much. And it's not because I hate it, it's just I don't want to step a place that they're gonna kill me just because I'm Mexican. That is the truth. That is the rough and really sadistic and crude truth about it. I mean, even in my own country, I'm escaping from that, and I'm trying to behave as safe just to not get involved in anyone's way that suddenly one day just wants to hurt anyone, you know? It's just a no-no. It's like escape from the wrong places and all that stuff. It's just crazy. And I know for some countries it's more common than others, but Mexico is the kind of Pacific place that it's as Pacific as it is, it's also really dangerous. It's so crazy, but it's so true. Maybe only because we have a lot of freedom of will. So it goes with the two parts. There you go, the king. Your Majesty, the one that it's quite a full more than a king, it's quite a fool. But yeah, so many things I've learned. At the end of the day, I did enjoy going out. I've learned a lot of stuff. I reflected about my decisions, my life, and my gosh, what suddenly this is a little bit loud. Okay, that's why. Beep beep beep. Let me see if I can find some other playlist without copyright. Maybe this one. Very well. But yeah, so I've learned a lot. But yeah, it was really cute. And about the project of DARKEN, well, I would suggest you to don't pressure me. I have a career to end, and DARKEN has nothing to do with it. So my priority at the moment, it's just a career, which is crazy, I know, but it really helps somehow. Why? Because the career is teaching me a lot of cinematic stuff, so yeah, it comes together. So as long as I learn these skills, I also make better content for you. I think that sounds quite fair. And I also have a way to live, by the way. I can't believe like the majority of people have said, yeah, I study this. I don't think it's that good. And they are like, no, it's actually really well paid. It's really nice. And I'm like, are you sure about that? But nah, that's actually true. It's really well paid. I like the idea, but I would love to make it more like with more contrasts. There you go. Nah, more contrast. Probably even yellow, that would be the best. There you go. So yeah, I've learned a lot. A lot of stuff. Also that there are so many details about my parents I don't know. Which was crazy to know suddenly. But yeah, they're not bad. They're just details that is like, since when did you have that? Kind of thing. He's looking pretty, thank you. Well, don't worry. I don't pressure you to work on DARKEN if you don't want it. Yeah, man, I'm like, not only you, but so many people, it's like, when is it gonna be released and all that stuff, and I'm like, please calm down. I know there's so many people like doing this overnight and it's just like following their instinct to tell the story. But I'm literally telling the story of the world, so I cannot compromise myself by making something odd or making something bad out of it. I really want to make it bigger, and the idea is so much more than just a comic. It's literally mainly it's an animation I want to make, an animated series, of course, with that intention. But there's so much we have to work on. And I say we, meaning one writer I have, one editor I have, and a couple of artists that are helping me to understand color theory. But yeah, it's just a few things. No. How do I color this? But yeah, it's a lot of stuff. Why do you do this to me? Why don't we just make it? Okay, cool. It's so fun that this is so darkish, but the soundtrack is so cute. I think I'll just have to color it by hand. It looks so weird. Oh my. Maybe with this color is so much better than this one. Yeah, that's better. Also, this place should be colored like that. There you go. Jesus Christ. This looks so good so far. I'll leave it like this, knowing I would probably change it. You know what? Yeah, I should leave it as total white there. And just make it darker. Okay, let's see. How do we do this? So first of all, what have we done? There you go. Whoopsie doopsie, some stuff that we didn't color. There you go. But yeah, life has been interesting to say the least. I think this with overlay would be, not with multiply would be enough. Okay, turn this off. Sorry if you have trypophobia, you can perfectly just don't look at the screen. Yeah, because this is too symmetrical. I can tell this might look a little bit weird. You go. My computer is working so hard. I can listen the air just going fast. And the silence had begun. Oh my. But yeah. It was really fun this day, you guys. I'm just calm here. Safe. In my place. At some point I actually was like, what am I doing here? I should be at home. I don't want to do this. I want to go home. I wanna go home, please. I wanna go home. And so, you know the worst, I have to go out tomorrow too. I don't wanna go. I do this because who knows when we're gonna go out. It's quite rare for us to go out. But it's the sun. The sun hits like freaking volcano, but it's just so bad. And I don't even want to imagine in the north how the sun is. I don't really mind about it. I don't want it. Give me snow, give me freezing things that can make me just not move at all. I just hate it. I hate the sun, I'm sorry. And I know what I'm saying, so don't try to make me change my mind, because I know there's so many people like, you wouldn't understand, it's just the same, and I like that. And I'm like, no, shut up. I'm made for the snow, I'm made for the cold. Even though if at first I get sick, I like it. I like that feeling to be just tired, but able to do stuff rather than literally burning your brain cells. It's so crazy. The sun is so hard and hits really hard. Oh, also, I made a little quiz. I talked about it with the question of, do you care about politics, or are you interested in politics? But yeah, I did some questions. I think I'm gonna just share it with you here if you cannot read there. And yeah, that will be really interesting. This is more like a Q&A stream kind of thing while I'm drawing. Oh, that's nice. A little bit too strong. There you go. That's better. Now we're gonna just clean this, make it sharper. But yeah, there's some like basic questions. I was really interested in them. The most really upsetting one that I was like, okay, but what does that upset me though? It was one that is like, have you ever committed a crime? And I'm like, is it a crime to say the truth? If it is, okay, but if not, then okay, I guess. So, at this point, I don't know you, but some things that I say out loud can turn to be really hurtful for people, and I didn't recognize that until, I don't know, like recently. I've been thinking about it and thinking how people feels about it, and it's like, you know what? Yeah, that's right. I should be a little bit softer, or at least a little bit more, not empathetic, but more like direct to the point instead of, what is this called? Like exposing the person. It's like, there are ways to actually give advice without hurting them, but I've been always hitting to the nerve of, I believe if I don't do this, you won't understand. But I was wrong. There are so many ways to say that. To even tell someone that it's dumb without making them feel like that. And just basically, you know, helping them to grow up. But yeah, I've been learning to be a little more subtle. Which is crazy, right? But yeah, that's the thing. But yeah, I mean, as an answer, no, I haven't done anything criminal. I mean, no. That's why, you know what? Why I just thought about it? Because the thing is, so many of the themes I draw or I do here are quite criminal. Like, in terms of, you know, some death characters and stuff like that. But if in any case I'm just representing history, so I don't think it's bad. It might be just upsetting, but not as terrible as some other content. So yeah, it's like, I've been writing like this what is this called? Not political, but this dangerous kind of stories and stuff like that, wars and stuff like that. But no, out of the place, I think, no. Why do I doubt about it so much? Maybe because, yeah, I think I've touched the nerve of so many people that it feels bad. It feels really bad. You believe I don't feel it, but for me it really feels so bad. Because, like, I don't know how to tell you without hurting your feelings, but it is true what I'm gonna say. For example, for instance, it's like, I don't know why am I so lost. I don't know why nothing is changing in my life. And I'm like, you don't want to change it. Don't ask me anything. I will not solve your life. And they really get hurted. And I'm like, sorry, but it is the truth. Although I keep on telling you what to do, if you don't do it, I cannot help you. That is the thing. And they believe you're just the worst. And I'm like, well, I don't want to also answer you with the same kind of thing, such as, you know, you're the one wrong, but I guess I'm crazy, I don't know. It's so difficult to treat with people that simply wants your help but doesn't want to help themselves. It happens often with me. I don't know if they see me as their oldest, like, sibling, but it happens. Now the next questions are quite simple. But yeah, I'm gonna share them just in a bit, so we just take a break from this. Let me just check out this. That's why it feels bad. It feels like I did something wrong. But there are more like mistakes out of my lack of, what's this called? Like, touch. I'm real sincere and really tough. And sometimes I'm real and it's just so you can follow the idea but not to make you feel bad. In any case, for those type of like realities, is like, you know what, you're not changing anything. I don't see anything changed, objectively speaking. But yeah, Hopefully those people just gets better after all of this crazy stuff that they have been with me. It's like, I'm sorry, but you know, I'm not a magic fairy that can like change your stuff, so I'm sorry. It's your problem. So yeah, people are crazy. They're weird. Also with the same people that just goes with the same problem, and I'm like, I already told you what to do. It's not my thing anymore. It's not my thing to worry anymore. But yeah, it's just like that. Okay, cool. That looks good. Now let's see this. It's almost done. I don't know how did I get this idea of now making the characters as a scene, but I prefer this. I think I'm even making the dark like script in the middle, like a scene scream kind of thing. That will be the best. That will be the best. Not only is it easy and saves me time, but it really looks better. Let's see, how would this be? Maybe and only maybe with this one. Now this will be multiplying. With a blue color. Color theory, the base of all artists. It looks really cool. I'm loving it. Alright. Now the shadows. The epic shadows. Contrary of the red, it would have to be a light blue. Or even green. Like this one. Multiply. There you go. So yeah, it's been really good, guys. I know some writers I work it with, having someone else there to hold you accountably is very helpful, but it's not for everyone. Yeah, man, it's so true. Between friends, it's harder because it's like, I hope you tell me all the beautiful shit and not tell me my flaws and all that stuff. And it's like, darling, if I don't do that, I mean, how am I supposed to make you grow from the freaking bottom you are now, the void that you just put yourself into? So yeah, but criticism is important, even though it's rough. It is important. You have no idea how many times I've been criticized in the career, in the actual high school, in the world itself, in my childhood. It's like, oh, come on, give me a break. But now I'm really used to it. Some of them make them out of regrets and guilt and stuff like that. Like, but when you know it's meant to teach you something, it's because they care and they're just so stuck with you. And it's so funny, but it's so true. When someone is just so stuck with you, like a teacher, for example, it's because they want to see you succeed and they put you so much pressure and they literally are just having an eye or two on you. Like, you have potential, but I need to build you. I need to help you. And I need to make you wake up. And the only time sometimes it's just being raw with you and being direct and being like, you did this wrong, do it again. But why? It took me so much time. You did this wrong, do it again. Read the actual instructions, it's not right. And now that sometimes, yes, I've been a teacher, I understand that shit. Because it's like, kid, what have you done? I could pass you easily because I'm good, but that's not my work. My work is put you pressure so you can do things better. And the same happens with some supervisors or directors or any person that is in the lead. So I'm sorry, but if someone is gonna work with me, it will have a lot of changes and a lot of feedback, and it's not gonna be done until this looks actually good. But I also need someone that makes me understand when it's enough and when it's actually worth it, like the changes and stuff, because I'm the type of person that just changes over and over and again, and it is good, but only if it is controlled. So yeah, that's also something I need to work on. But yeah, now I love the call to Ulexide is an ice dragon for a reason. Yeah, it's really cool. Also, ice dragons. I never thought about it before, but I've seen some of them on Twitter, and they're so cool. For example, for instance, the Andrealphus dragon from Hell of aBuze, from the fight, one of the fights that they had. It's really cool. I really like that. I don't love Andre, but it's meant to be like that. They're meant to be like that. They have their own intentions. If it would be for Andre, he would have married Stolas. But we both know that he's quite not good with him. If in that family could have been more intelligent, they could have been just make Mary Stolas another boy Goetia instead of buying him Blitz. Like, Paimon, you're stupid. You could have done better alliances with your gay kids instead of this mess. And it's like, yeah, I mean, you could just give them a mother or a precautionary heir, or whatever how you call it. But staying with the happy gay family, and so be it. Just like Greek mythology. I mean, come on, haven't you just learned something from your past? That's why I'm upset with Hell of aBuze a little bit, because it's like, it has a lot of potential, but I know what it sells is the drama itself, so I let it be. But the potential. It could have been really good though. It could have been so cool. But oh yeah, part of learning is just accepting the rough parts of everybody and everything. It's not easy, but once you accept it and you're like, okay, I give up. I did it wrong. I want to change it. What do I do? Then all the possibilities opens and you make something better. Maybe not perfect, but better. And that's the way you have to go with life, because you often, I think nowadays, because it's so common to say the burnout shit or the art block kind of thing, which I'm so tired of listening to. It's like, your body is tired, that's all what it is. Go take some sleep, take one day off and take care of yourself genuinely. Like, be certain with the actions you do and be conscious about it, and accept the fact that you're just ignoring yourself because you want safety or you want to be what is this called, like comfortable itself. When somebody tells you get out of your comfort zone, is literally get out of the cycle of oversleeping or not sleeping at all or all this stuff. Just change it, but change it with a conscious of saying, you know what, I'm gonna stay here, maybe take a nap, maybe take two, but I'm gonna get my hours done, like all that stuff. And take care of that, especially. And I'm telling you this really crudely. There is not really a friend that would do that for you. If there is, congratulations, that's so weird. But if there is not, don't be surprised. Every one of us has different interests. And if you're in this part of life in a university or college, it's really normal that you will end up alone. Because everybody's just different. And it is different. One of them, although wants to make a series just like me, doesn't want to make the same thing. Wants to make like a Marvel thing, or realistic stuff, or CGI, or stop motion, or anything like that, you know? Just so crazy, but I see that so many people get overwhelmed by, why don't I have friends? Why don't I have my group? Why don't I have my team? Darling, don't worry about it. Some people are gonna be there for you. Value them, the time that they're gonna be there, and the list goes on, okay? Like, there is people for chapters in your life, and that's something really stupidly funny for me, because Darken has that kind of story where, yes, they were the besties, like this trio of best friends, and eventually they're going to get separate permanently, just because, you know, life is like that. They love their relationships and stuff, but even the couples are going to get separate, and still they're gonna love each other. It's just gonna take a time for them to get back, but it's also part of that change. It's just the healthiest or natural way to go with it, which is weird, of course. It will also have their bad stuff, but it's just part of it. It's just part of life. And I see that so many people are so obsessed with this stupid Disney idea of happy ever after, I think it's called in English. Felices por siempre kind of shit. Always happy kind of thing. And I'm like, no, that's not true. If you would be happy all the time, just like, for example, Calypso that wanted to take Odysseus and keep it in her perfect paradise, is like, Calypso, this man has duties, this man has a wife. Let him go. So yeah, man. From all these little details, you understand that life just goes. It goes with the flow, literally. When you get stuck with it, it's because you want to force something you love so much. And eventually it's not gonna happen. I also try to force so many, like, encounters with friends. Like, yeah, let's go and have fun. But I don't have fun anymore. It was meant to be for a certain time, and that's gone. And that's okay. Because we were different. We were kids. We were little childs. Little girlies that didn't know what to do with their lives. We were just stupid. And now we're adults, or young adults, that wants to have a life. And in order to get that, we need to work on that. So, yeah, I mean, it's fun to see them. As I said in my stories, I would love to visit some friends. Just to have an update of life and just chat a little bit, because, you know, social interaction is healthy. As long as it's with the right ones. But, yeah. It's quite normal to be an introvert in this era or this time of your life when you're studying or trying to find the thing that makes you happy, all that stuff. So don't feel rushed. Don't feel pressured about it, my little ones, my little I don't know, little babies, artists outside there. Don't be pressured about it. Neither for your sexuality, the things that interests you, the things you want to do in life, your career, your decisions. Don't stress as much. Just follow what is good for you and value the things you get over time. Because, yeah, I mean, that would help you a lot. And please get the hell away from social media. Social media, what does is a lot of sound and real disgusting perception about life to make views. Why? Because what, as I said with Hello aBuze, the only thing that it sells is drama. That's all. Like a stupid light novel. It's just drama. And there's so many interesting and rich stuff more than drama or the desire to ruin other people's perception about life. Because it's like sometimes you even look at people that has these problems of, oh, I've been having this burnout and I don't know what to do. I'm gonna give you some tips to stop having that freaking burnout shit. And you didn't even have burnout and suddenly you just feel tired and it's like, oh, I think I have burnout. Sadly, what the mind sees, the mind will copy it. So, yeah, take care of the things you consume and the people you are with. Just make a solid difference between that. That's my honest advice as a person. That's also what I said to Mel the other day. I was like, hey, I think you just should, like, take care about yourself. Like, comparison is useless and stupid. Because how could you compare yourself with someone that is perfectly built different? Obviously, you're gonna be different than them. But yeah, I think I solved so many people's problems just by streaming right now. So if you want to take my advice, go ahead. It's not bad. I know this for a fact because I've been the stupid people pleaser for almost my entire life because it was the only way to make now, being honest, my mother happy because it had been the only person in my life that helped me with everything, with my career, with everything in life. I never recognized it until just a few years. I was like, you know, growing up, and you say like, the only person that had actually supported me, not only monetarily, but also by heart and actions and love, it's been my mother. Why suddenly I feel bad with her? Well, because she treated me unfair sometimes, but dude, being a mother is not simple. So, yeah. And I don't need to be a mother to understand that, trust me. By only having cats, it's enough, like hard enough to be organized and feed them. or taking care of them because they could just get in trouble easily. Now imagine a living being that is just your copy, but with some changes, like their attitude and, you know, the physics are the same. So it's like, oh, now I understand. And now I have a really beautiful relationship with my mom. Not perfect, because sometimes she's always upset about things of me, but it's just my goofy attitude that sometimes I get with her. But it's because I trust in her as much to do that. Also, that happens with, or used to happen with, my ex-partners, which it was like, I don't know why you never had any boyfriend or girlfriend before, and I'm like, because they want certain things I don't want. So, and eventually that's why I break up with them. And I'm actually surprised that so many people has the same experience as me. Like, they need the, you know, they want a different commitment, but you only want love and romance in your life. In any case, you just have this intention to be kind or to be there for them emotionally and fulfill their life in a different way, more than the karmic way. So yeah, I think people don't really get that idea often. And I understand the hormones and stuff, but we are already 20 something. Grow up. But yeah, man, it's so hard, to say the least, to make them understand sometimes. But you know, it is what it is. Some people value different stuff, and that's totally fine. What is not fine is forcing it. Pretty good. I would say this looks already good. Very well. This is multiply, cool. We're going to... Oh. It is too dark. I think this is the one that... No. Yeah. This is the one. Maybe just a tiny bit like this. Maybe we should just erase a little bit more this part. Especially the top of the head. There you go. Now this one. It makes a certain difference between this two, which is cool. I think it looks already nice, but I don't know why I need to make it brighter. Maybe if I just make some colors on the top of it, that would be okay. Now that it is the thing, pretty well, pretty good, pretty good. Sorry if I make some stupid accents. It's not to mock some people. It's just me copying. My coping mechanism with memories, okay? Don't take it seriously, it's just a joke. Just saying, because I'm so aware that some people would be like, what do you make fun of certain accents? And I'm like, no, I just listen to them and I copy them. That's why I can speak, well, I can learn English or other languages. That's my main way to be, it's just I copy them. Oh, wait, no. Let me just... make this as a mirror. Control C over and over again. Okay, cool. Want to have certain movement, since he's so ferocious. Oh my gosh, I forgot to color this. Which color is this one? I think this is more like a blue color. Let me see. No. Let me see. Oh. No, it's not this one. It is this one. Okay, let's see. Damn, I will have to do the hard way. So, normal. There you go. Ah, so I forgot this part too. Oh, okay, cool. Don't know how I forgot about it, but fair enough. I can fix that. Is this... Let me just take this out. This one. True, this should be like this. Here you go. I would even love to make this lighter in the top. No, lighter. No, something like this. There you go. Oh, sorry. So for those wondering how to make this like effect, you just use a normal color, the contrary of the colors you're using, and you graduate it with this normal layer, just like I'm doing. It gives it some type of realistic reflection, and I really like that. I've seen that a lot in Korean and Japanese artists, so it really helps. It makes it look natural. Because the truth is, the colors are everywhere and we don't see them, or we don't value them as much. But everything's quite colorful. There you go. I think overlaying it will not do. Multiply it will be so dark. Yeah, I think with normal is quite good. Now this is fine there, and this one. Now that looks good. Look at this handsome man. Handsome man. Hell yeah. It looks quite cinematic, I love that. One of my biggest dreams was, actually for this year, it was making or learning how to make more cinematic scenes or illustrations, and the only thing I've learned is that get your reference from the nature itself and take some color palette so you can see the difference between the lights and shadows and stuff like that. You will understand that part. Yes. What's up? It's my mom asking me if I want dinner, but I'm full. I'm real full. I ate like a freaking pork today. I have no space. I don't have the face of a pork just because I don't draw it, but oh my gosh. Coink coink. Thank you. I'm so full. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that avocado toast just fooled me so badly. Oh my gosh. It was so much. It was like pff. I wanted to tell the waitress, could you help me to stand up? Just roll me outside. Okay, cool. Something funny enough. Pink really helps with this. So now we use color Dutch. I think we can. So the pink gives a certain space of security or feeling of empowerment and softness. But you know, the main color is this red. So we're gonna just make a graduated color there. A little bit softer. Now I see the mistakes. Oh my. I'll have to clean that. I think purple is better. Now let's clean this fur. Oh no, there's another one. Beep 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 boom. Whee! Very well. Let's fix this. For the love of Jesus. Why is this not working? Oh, because it's not the same layer. These tiny mistakes. Now I know why people loves to paint, because they just make strokes and it looks already good. It's like you can just paint on the top and you don't have to go back and select the color and all that stuff. I forgot this tool. Oh my gosh. I forgot the side. Very well. This looks good so far. I think we could make some reflections here of yellow to make a contrast and make it look better. What is this, color touch? What if I make it overlay? Looks good. But it is too dark. There you go. That looks good. Very nice. I think this is looking quite nice now. Just taking care that I don't do an overlight or anything like that. But it really looks good. Now this is gonna be interesting. I need to make a type of lighting, and the only way to do this is making a selection like technique. So let's see, grow further, like 3. That's needs to be then grow number 2, 4. Further. Just the same. Oh, wait. That makes sense. There you go. Now we invert the selection. And we painted. It's pretty good though. I tried it with a banana and it was nice. What was that? I was like, what do you mean? What am I talking about? Right? A small story for the just now. Okay, I have very little experience eating honey and I only remember trying it once or twice. But recently my mom got us a small jar to try it. I tried eating it just now and oh my god, it is everywhere. It's somehow gotten in my hair and I have no idea how to deal with it. It's an absolute nightmare. Oh, it happens. It really does happen. It's just like bears with honey. That's why they're always so stinky. Or this sticky kind of feeling that they have. I don't love when Krita does this type of stuff, but let's see if it works. Oh my cell phone will die. Let me connect it. Let me just connect it because it's gonna die. Where's my charger? My butt. Oh my gosh, I've been there for quite a while now. So funny thing that you will have to deal with my entire life if you're with me. I talk about my butt too much, like I have it and I don't have as much. I always am like arguing about it or something. It's like, oh, my butt just hurts, like a grandma just talks about how bad it hurts, like the back and all that kind of stuff. It's the first thing I think is like, oh, my butt. The problematic one. Let me see if I can like color dodge it. I mean, in the top of this, maybe? There you go. As I said, this is not bad, but since this is... There you go. Now something curious is that I will make some lights right there. Where are you? There you go. Da, 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 da. Let's make it color touch. It's so funny that I could perfectly use the mirror tool to avoid to do this, but I decide to color it by hand like it's a perfect traditional art piece or something. But no, there's no need. Okay, so this might look good. Nah, overlay not. Screen. Yeah, maybe screen will do. But the color needs to be like this. Yeah. Just feeling like something's left, something it's not working here. I could paint the liner, but I seriously don't like how it looks, because sometimes when you paint the line art here, there is no difference between the background and the character. So if anything, it's better to make a certain shadow effect than make that contrast based on the background itself. For example, making this darker, and this could perfectly be not only there, but another color. Yeah, just like that. I still feel the eyes of the Loramatos they're a little bit too simple, like this lighting part here. So we're going to make a certain shadow with the same color, but a dark orange maybe. That would work. And now that would do. Now in this part, we're gonna give this guy some light in those eyes. A lot of colors. You wouldn't believe I've been here for 4 hours almost. There you go. There is Adir, the king of darkness and chaos and so many other stuff. You wouldn't believe that his name's meaning is actually love in Arabic. Which will take a little bit of, like, it would make some sense at some point. There you go. Oh, of course, the dialogue. What can... What does he say? What is he supposed to say? The most funny thing is that it's gonna cover this part probably. Ooh, well, it would be better to leave it in the outside, so it would be like this. I didn't recognize it was... It was in the other way. Yeah, I think this is so much better. Very well, so this is Your Majesty, the King Adir. The one that you will hate because he's controlling some kids to do his job, and the one you will also love because he's doing it so his own children won't suffer the consequences of the war. Quite a spoiler, but that's pretty much him. the most weird father that you could ever see. And obviously he has the power to control this big man in the background. So there you go, this is the King Adir. And now that we are here, I'm gonna show you the other ones, because why not? Let's see, the icon. What? ¿Qué? No! So this is the icon, which I think I will change. Hey! Oh. I think he wants some pets. He wants some pets. But don't scream to me. This is the icon. And this is the illustration. Yeah, I think I need to change probably the color of the character, because this is like too light for what it needs to look like. Now let me just open the reference. Character design, and here we have him. I think this, like the character design and the illustration, are fittable. Like, yeah, they're quite loyal to the character. But this, I think it needs more like a darker background, so we're gonna fix that. This one, I'm gonna save it just like that. Portrait. There you go. Here we have the portrait. Which one? Ah, this. Okay, so it needs to be inspired in this one. Let's change the color here. So we have this one, but it's too light and it's overlaid. So at least this needs to be multiplied. And then this one needs to have an overlay of this color. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Nope. Mm. Mm. Oh, how do I? There you go. Yeah, it looks better. Very well, so there you have it. A deer, one of the kings. Yippee! Very well, everyone. I have to leave. It was a pleasure to be here, but I need to leave. Bye bye. Thank you for coming. Thank you for chatting. Ulexide. Thank you, thank you. I'll see you later when I can have